Alright, good evening and welcome to the Ham Nation D-Star After Show Net. This is K8JTK, Kilo 8, Juliet Tango Kilo. My name is Jeff and I am located on the west side of Cleveland, Ohio. This net is directed and I will be one of your net controllers for this evening. We also have Alan, BK5PBZ from Australia, and he will be taking the first couple round of check-ins there. This net is held every Wednesday evening, and it gets started about 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, or currently 0200 UTC on Thursday using this reflector 14 Charlie.
AA0RX.
This net is related to the Ham Nation podcast that happens live on Leo Laporte's Twitch TV network, and it records live an hour earlier, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. If you've not heard about the show is about the excitement and importance of ham radio, and currently George is talking about some of his field day plans, although it seems like they're going to be in the midst of a hurricane or tropical depression. But nonetheless, our website is hamnationdstar.net, and there you'll be able to find out more about the show, how to watch live or catch the replays, get in the chat room, and even listen to Reflector 14 here, available 24/7. If you want to find out more information about the show or new to the show, again, hamnationdstar.net. Alright, I'll have to jump in the chat room and get the other frequencies here. Been kind of busy, but I do know Echolink is on Star Drop-In Star, number 355-800, as well as the DMRnet is on Talk Group 311, otherwise known as TAC 311. So those nets are also going on as part of the show as well. Just a quick reminder that if you have DPRS beaconing enabled, please disable it, as it will tend to disrupt the net. At this time, I'll pass it over to Alan, BK5PBZ, and let him take the first couple round of check-ins. Alan, go ahead and take it from KHJTK.
Okay, thanks very much, there, Jeff. Very good evening, all. Good morning from sunny South Australia here. Desperately need a lot of rain. When stations check in, could you please call in phonetics and slowly? And the operator here is Alan, and my call signs are Victor Kilo 5 Bravo Zulu. And my location is Tumby Bay. I'm on the west coast of our capital city of Adelaide. And a little bit back to front here today, but we managed to get it all out there. Good evening. Any stations wish to check into the Ham Nation D-Star After Show net, go ahead.
N6 any. November 0, Bravo Foxtrot. Kilo Foxtrot 5, Zulu Bravo Lima. Kilo 9, Papa Tango Foxtrot.
Okay, thanks very much to those stations for calling phonetics and slowly. Very, it helps me a lot this way. I only have around about 40% hearing in my left ear, deaf in the right ear there. So thanks for calling phonetics and slowly. First station I have, November 6, Charlie Zulu Echo. Very good evening. Do you have any comments so far? Go ahead.
Well, a very good evening to you, sir, and everyone on the net. N6CZE here, Gary and Montclair. We're using a DV dongle to get into the system tonight, and we're currently watching the show. Matter of fact, they're showing some fires out there, but I've got it turned down so we can listen to you guys. A lot of stuff going on, but I did enjoy the part about the meters, checking coax, and some of the filters they were using and whatnot. Always a lot of interesting things on this. We enjoy that. I want to thank you for doing the net tonight, and we'll let you pick up a few more. Have a very good evening, my friend. N6CZE.
Thank you very much for those kind words there, Gary. You have a nice evening. Thanks for being part of our show that always enjoy talking to you. Next station I have, November 0, Bravo, Fox. Very good evening. I think the name is Steve. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Alan. This is N0BF. Yes, the name is Steve in Loveland, Colorado, and nice warm day we had today here up in the 90s in the Fahrenheit scale. Anyway, thanks for running the net tonight, Alan. It's appreciated, and I hope everyone's having a nice summer introduction to summertime here. The first day of summer, I guess. Anyway, hopefully everyone's having a nice time. I did listen to the show tonight on the HF radio station out of Tennessee, WTWW. So that was kind of fun. I do that pretty much every time now. That allows me to do some other work while I'm listening. Anyway, hopefully you're having a nice time down there and down under there, Alan. Thanks again for checking me in. This is N0BF. Back to you.
Nice talking to you also there, Steve. Thanks for your comments there. It's supposed to be winter time here, but we are having summer weather. This time last year, we would have had around, well, according to my rain figures there, we had 62 millimetres of rain up to this time last year. Would you believe this time this year we've had nothing, and we've just had really warm days here. So the world's definitely going in a cycle, that's for sure. Thanks, Steve. Nice talking to you. Next station I have Kilo Fox 5, Zulu Bravo Lima. A very good evening to you. Do you have any comments so far? Go ahead.
Well, good morning, Alan. Good evening, everyone else on the net. Kilo Foxtrot 5, Zulu Bravo Lima here in Dallas, Texas. Currently 83 degrees. And, yeah, just enjoying the show tonight. It's always good to watch the show pre-field day because they always bring up all the good stuff, all the extra points and all the stuff you can get and all the things you need to take to field day. Yes, very important. So, other than that, just everybody have a good field day and hopefully stay dry and hopefully it's not too hot for you or anything like that. And if it is hot, make sure you stay hydrated. So send it back to net. KFI is the deal.
Thanks, Bill, for being part of the show there. Nice talking to you also. Next station, Kilo 9, Papa Tango Fox. Good evening. And do you have any comments? Go ahead.
This is K9PTF Paul in Chelsea, Alabama. Hope my signal's getting through tonight. Seems like I'm having a little internet trouble hearing everybody. Enjoy the show as always, and Alan, it's nice to hear you there. I wish I could give you the rain that we're getting here in Chelsea, Alabama. We definitely have a little extra with Tropical Storm Cindy throwing up a nice wave at us right now, and we're going to have rain. It looks all the way until Sunday. That's about all I have to say tonight, so back to net control.
Thanks, Bill. You have correction. Thanks, Paul. You have a nice evening also. Thanks for being part of the show. Is there any other station that wish to check into the Ham Nation D-Star up the show net? So go ahead.
KT4W.
Kilo Zero Golf Mike Kilo Mark.
Whiskey Delta 5, Uniform Sierra Alpha.
Kilo 4, Whiskey Delta Quebec, Craig. This is Kilo Delta 5, November Delta Uniform name David.
Okay, I'll take those stations how I've seen them come up. I'll take the first one that's registered there. Was Kilo 4, Whiskey Delta Quebec. Very good evening to you. And do you have any comments? Go ahead.
Roger, this is Kilo 4, Whiskey Delta Quebec. Coming from Crestview, Florida. Right here in the middle of Tropical Storm City. We've been wet for a few days. Looks like we'll be wet for a few more. But we're gonna float right through it. Hope the best for the rest of y'all. 7-3s to net control and back to net control.
Okay, thanks for checking in there, Ross. The name doesn't look familiar. We may be having a seniors moment here. Is this your first time there, Ross? Go ahead. No response. Next station I have, Kilo Zero Golf Mike Kilo. A very good evening. Do you have any comments? Go ahead.
Hi, good evening, Alan. This is Kilo Zero Golf Mike Kilo, K0GMK Mark from Rochester, Minnesota. Just taking into the net. Of course, I always enjoy Ham Nation and looking forward to watching the episode tomorrow on YouTube, since we have field day coming up this weekend, which I really look forward to. A lot of good information that we pick up from the show. Anyway, I want to say thanks to Dave. Last week he gave me a suggestion to pick up a Heil HTHI headset for my ID51A Plus, and it is a ideal tool to use. I am really enjoying it, and much more comfortable than wearing the ICOM earplug that they provide, or actually you have to purchase. But thank you very much for that suggestion. So I'll say 73, Alan, and I'll look back to that.
That's fine there, Mark. Thanks for checking in, and also being a regular there. You have a nice night, and glad that you enjoy that headset there. I don't know if Dave's listening, but I've got it marked here. I'll pass it on to him there. Next station I have, the old mate there, Whiskey Delta 5, Uniform Sierra Alpha. Very good evening to you there, Mike, and thanks for being a frequent flyer there, Mike. Go ahead.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Alan. WT5 USA in Lawton, Oklahoma, where it's hot, up to 93 with a lot of humidity, and temperature now is 81 and clear. So I was looking forward to the hot weather, but now that it's here, I'm not sure that I like it. I had the show on in the background today, but checked into a 2-meter sideband net that I've been kind of neglecting. It starts at 8 o'clock also, so I'll get the show tomorrow, and I'll watch the whole thing and go ahead and record it. That way I'll have it, try and do that with all of them anyway, but I'd like to watch it live, because the edited version just, it's still a great show, but a live version on anything is always so much better. Alan, hope you're doing well, and things are going pretty good here, recovering from the toe amputation real well. Go to Oklahoma City tomorrow to see my foot doctor, and hopefully he'll give me a clean bill of health and I can get back to normal activities. WD5 USA.
Good work today, Mike. I'm glad to hear that your foot's doing well there. And when your doc when you see your doc there tomorrow, he's going to tell you that you're better what you're saying you are there. So thanks for checking in there, Mike, and being a regular there. Next station I have Kilo Delta 5, November Delta uniform. Very good evening to you there, David. Go ahead. Kilo Delta 5, November Delta uniform. Very good evening, David. Do you have any comments? Go ahead. Okay, no response there. We'll put David in the hotspot there. Next station I seen was Whiskey 6, Echo Tango Sierra. Very good evening. Do you have any comments on the show so far? Go ahead. No comment, no response from that station there. Is there any other stations that wish to check in for the Ham Nation D-Star Alpha show there? So go ahead. Just went back to a radio check. Whiskey Delta 5 uniform Sierra Alpha. Am I transmitting there, Dave? Sorry, Mike, go ahead. Is there any station that can come back and tell me if I'm transmitting? Go ahead.
You're transmitting, Alan. This is K9 VTF.
Okay, thanks very much there. I'm just looking back on over my I've got to their Paul. Okay, thanks there, Paul. Any other station I wish to check into the Ham Nation D-Star Alpha show net? Go ahead.
November 9 Golf X-Ray India.
November 9 Golf X-Ray India. Very good evening. Do you have any comments so far on the show? Go ahead.
Good evening to everybody on the net. Not really. I watch it regularly every week, but I like the solar info every week. I sort of look forward to that part of the show. Over.
Okay, thanks very much for coming back and with your comments there. You know, I wake up watching it. It's a great show with that. I can only watch it at the night time on a replay, and I sit back in my chair with a nail there and a cup of dry biscuits and a bit of cheese, and really enjoy the show with them. A great show for sure with them. Any other station that wish to check into the Ham Nation D-Star after show there, so go ahead. Is there any station that wish to check in with comments or comments in general related to D-Star, to the Ham Nation D-Star after show there, so go ahead. Okay, there's no more comments or nobody to check in with me then. I'll pass it across to Jeff. Kilo Tango 8, Juliet Tango Kilo. See if he can shape the tree there with check-ins. Good evening there, Jeff. Go ahead.
All right, Alan, very good. Thank you for taking those check-ins there. Got them logged in. The show is still going on. They are talking about how to do a radiogram for Field Day. There's Amanda currently talking about that. And doing, I believe it's 10 messages from your Field Day site over RF will get you, I believe, 300 points. Then those actually include WinLink messages. So if you have WinLink set up or access to WinLink and you can transmit that over RF, you'll get 10 messages there. And actually, if you want to shoot me a message, feel free to do so because I posted it in our section and I'm one of the cabinet members. That if members wanted to just send a message, either NTS or WinLink, feel free to do so. Again, that's my call sign, KHATK, at winlink.org, if you want to do that. Let me take a break. This is the Ham Nation D-Star After Show Net, right here on Reflector 14 Charlie. Our website is hamnationdStar.net, and there you can find information about the Ham Nation if you're not familiar with it. And all the usual information, how to get in the chat room, watch live, which is still going on, so you can do that right now. Some of the other after show nets, and as well as listen live here to 14 Charlie. And speaking of the other after show nets, we do have other ones going on. Let me see if I see any of the HF frequencies in the net, but usually 14268. And 7192 for the 20 and 40 meter. Yeah, I see Steve in the chat room. 14272 is where Whiskey 7 Delta, or Uniform Delta India, W7 UDI Steve. You'll be taking your check-ins there on 20 tonight. And of course, we have Echolink on Star 2 Drop-In Star, 355-800. And we have DMR. They are going on and taking check-ins there on Talk Group 311, otherwise known as TAC 311. So please get in with those other after show nets and show your support there too. Alright, after that little break, we hopefully have some more people waiting in the wings to get checked in. As I mentioned, this is the Ham Nation D-Star After Show Net on 14 Charlie. I'm looking for anyone at all wishing to check in. Please call now.
That's Portable, Hawaii.
KE0AYJ. KB9AZE.
Alright, now just throw it out there. I know the DMR guys are having some network issues here, and some people said on 14 Charlie they were having a hard time getting in. So just be patient. If I do not call your call sign, feel free to check in one of the other rounds, and we'll get you in if you can make it through the packet loss there or whatever's going on. But in that round, I got K9MIT, KE0AYJ, and KD9AZB. So we'll go through those three check-ins that we have, and say good evening to Mr. Chip, K9MIT. How you doing tonight, and what information or comments do you have about the show for this evening?
Yeah, good evening. Excuse me. Good evening, Jeff. KHATK at Net Control. This is K9MIT. Good evening to you and the net members. Name is Chip, and QTH is Kokomo, Indiana, about 40 miles north of Indianapolis, and using a DV dongle this evening, as always. Doing well, Jeff. The show was always missed when Heil's not there. Like to follow the Pine Board project, but understand family things come up. But it was a good show nonetheless. Some good field day information. Gordo always has good segments, and that one segment that Randy showed, K7AGE on the Raspberry Pi seminar looked interesting too. That's about it for me here. It's starting to look at the days getting shorter now because of the date, so the cycle continues. Hello to Dave also if he's online. And I'll turn it back to you, Jeff. And thanks for running the net. KHATK Net Control, K9MIT.
Very good. Yeah, I know he was stuck at work and haven't seen his call sign come across yet, so he may still be on his way home or grabbing something to eat, that kind of stuff. But yeah, Randy told me about he was messing around with it around Ham Nation 300 time, and I mentioned to him that I think I was one of the first ones to publish instructions on how to compile all that stuff and get it running on there. Because I think if you put in FLDigi and Raspberry Pi, you'll get like one of the first ones in my tutorial on that. So glad to see that that kind of stuff is getting used, and I think he said they did something with WinLink on the Pi too. So I'll have to see what they do with that, because that'll be interesting. They might have set up a gateway on it, but nonetheless, thanks for taking a couple moments to get checked in with us here, Chip, and appreciate it. And yeah, I hope whatever Bob had going on wasn't too serious or anything like that. He did say he had a family thing to tend to. So, Chip, thanks for joining us. And, I hope you come back and join us as you usually do. Next up, KE0AYJ.
Hello, Jeff, and good to hear Chip in there from the King of Kokomo up there. And yeah, I'll be back in the States next Tuesday, so we're having fun over here floating around in the pool, and unfortunately I'm dropping potato chips in the water, so that's not going to work too long. Anyway, enjoying the show. Enjoy listening to Net, and I got a pile up going on there every morning and late afternoon into Japan on 6 meters. So, been playing with that every day. 66 contacts in one day, just waiting for Amanda to send me the new cards so I can get them in the mail and everything like that. Good show tonight and everything, but we'll say 73 to everybody. Everybody enjoy the rest of the evening over there. I'm still waiting for the sun to go down over here. KE0AYJ, portable in Hawaii.
Yeah, rub it in some more, because the sun's been gone for a good hour or two here on the East Coast. And since you're, if I remember, I think it's 5 hours. So yeah, you got plenty of daylight left. But glad you're enjoying it, and hope you have a safe trip back to the States there, and fish those chips out of the water. Andy, thanks for joining us, and I think I did catch you on Amateur Logic. I think they had an interview with you on their gigantic convention special. I think it was like 2.5 hours or something. So if you haven't seen that, I think you were on there. So check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Moving on, KD9AZB looks like a new call sign to the net. So if you're new to the net or Ham Nation, go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know what you thought about the show.
Good evening, Jeff and everyone on the net. This is KD9AZB. John in Park Forest, Illinois, about 36 miles south of Chicago. I'm transmitting on an ICOM 5100 with the Raspberry Pi DV Mega hotspot. Anything that I can learn about the Raspberry Pi, I just try and, soak it all in. Everything. I was just looking at the D-Star net schedule and saw that you guys were on tonight, so I decided to drop in and say hello. This is KD9AZB.
Hey, John, very good. Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about there on D-Star Info, I think it is. And happy that you joined the net. If you've never heard of Ham Nation or never seen that podcast, we have the information there as to where you can find everything, all the replays, including all 300 some that you can go back and watch if you so please. And I know they've done a number of segments on the Raspberry Pi, so you might want to check out the wiki there and search that. I've done some stuff on my site, not quite beginner. You might need to know, a little bit about Linux and Unix commands, that kind of stuff. But my website, khjtk.org, will get you there. There's a couple sections there of things that I did. So, it's a neat little device, and I'm glad, ham radio is finding a use for it and setting it up and make it work there. But welcome to the net, and like I said, our website, hamnationbstar.net, will get you linked up to everything you need for the show and all that kind of good stuff. So welcome to the net, and you're more than welcome to come back and join us again next week. We're here 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific on 14 Charlie every Wednesday. All right, with that, we are at the bottom of the list. Do I have anyone else that would like to get checked in to the Ham Nation D-Star After Show?
WA6UHA.
All right, I got Dave in California, WA6UHA. Wonder if people are still watching the show, because oddly enough, the show's still going on. So, wonder if that's why it's a little slow. But, Dave, go ahead. WA6UHA from KJTK.
Good evening, Jeff and the net. WA6UHA, and it is waving goodbye now. Goodbye, Valerie. Goodbye, everybody. George, they're all going away now. They got the four frames there of each of the individuals who participated in the Ham Nation there, and it is waving goodbye, wishing everybody good luck for Field Day this weekend, which I will be participating at San Francisco Radio Club at Fort Miley West, which is northwest corner of San Francisco. We will be active in the area run by the federal government known as the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. It was created a few years ago, to preserve that particular land just west of the VA hospital there. And we've been at it, I guess, about 5 or 6 years. We've been holding Field Day there. The VA supplies two big tents for us, one for operating and another one for sleeping in. And we got the equipment ready, and they're also supplying us with a couple of generators, so that's a good thing. And it's nice to get a review from Gordo on setting up for Field Day and some of the things we need to do to be ready for that event and avoid any dangers. In other words, safety should be number one priority when setting up for Field Day and operating. And other than that, that's about it. Looking forward, and the weather should be good. We might get some fog there on the west coast. I'm not too sure. We've had some really warm weather in the city the last couple of days. It cooled off yesterday, but it's going to be a little bit warmer today. But I think by this weekend it's supposed to get really cool off. But that won't stop us from enjoying Field Day. I think we're going to be 4 Alpha with the San Francisco Radio Club, and our club call is Whiskey 6 Papa Whiskey. So look for us. Look for us with that call there. So there you go. Other than that, not too much else, Jeff. And we'll pass it back over to you, and everybody have a wonderful Field Day weekend coming up. WA6UHA.
All right, Dave, that's excellent. Yeah, glad you can, get support from the VA there and, work from their land and all that kind of stuff to kind of commemorate them and put them out there as well. And they're supporting you by getting generators. That's awesome. You guys can work that out, and hopefully it'll make for a great Field Day for you guys out there in California. And I was looking at the weather. It's over here in Cleveland. It's like Thursday thunderstorms, Friday thunderstorms, but then it clears out altogether for the weekend. It's partly cloudy and 80. Clear and 76 on Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, it starts raining again here in Cleveland. So it's shaping up to be a really nice Field Day weather-wise. Because a couple of years ago it was not quite torrential rain, but it rained pretty much most of the day about 2-3 years ago. So it's be good to have a nice Field Day. Thanks for checking in, Dave, and showing your support for the Net and Ham Nation as well. All right, do we have anyone else? The show seems to have wrapped up. This is KJTK with the Ham Nation D-Star After Show Net. Anyone else wishing to get in, please call now.
Kilo 1 Foxtrot Juliet Golf.
All right, we got Jay out there from the Alpha Tag. Excuse me. Now, it looks like a new call sign to the net. It's one that I don't remember seeing. So if you're new to the net, go ahead, introduce yourself, and let us know what you thought about the Ham Nation show tonight, if you caught it. K1 FJG from KJTK.
Yeah, thanks for picking me up. This is K1FJG. Hello to everybody on the net there. Let's see, I have to apologize. I didn't catch the Ham Nation show, and I just stumbled across, looking for some activity. I stumbled across this reflector here, and just trying to work some kinks out on my radio, and so I heard some chatter, figured I'd check in. Thanks for picking me up.
Yeah, no problem. We take anyone who's just either passing by or doesn't know what the show's about or never caught it, or a lot of people will check in here and then they'll watch it once it's posted on through the replays and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll take anyone who wants to check in. And yeah, I'm not sure what you're doing with your setup there, but it sounded good here. Maybe a little bit of packet loss there, but it wasn't too significant based on some of the other reports that people have had issues getting into to DMR and 14 Charlie and D-Star here. It's you're probably doing pretty good, all things considered. But if you not familiar with the show, want to check out our website, hamnationdStar.net. We also have a live stream there, so if you want to check your setup after the show, just throw out your call sign there, and about 45 seconds later, so you should hear yourself. But again, hamnationdStar.net. All right, anyone else for the after show net here? Please call THJTK now. All right, not hearing anything. I'll take a moment to throw out some announcements here. If you want to get in with the other after show nets for Ham Nation, we have the 20 meter net. Steve says he's going to be 14,272. That's 14272. And heard the 40 meter net is going to be on 7192. That's 71902. And that's it for the HF nets. For digital, of course, you're here on 14 Charlie for the D-Star net. But we do have Echolink. They're on Star, Dewdrop, and Star. Node number 355800. And the DMR guys are on TAC 311 or Talk Group 311. So 311 is where the DMR net guys are going on. And of course, if you don't have access to the internet or traveling something like that, and you have shortwave, WTWW shortwave simulcast Ham Nation as it records live, and their frequency is 5085 kilohertz or 5 megahertz. 5085 is where you can find that simulcast there. All right, this is the Ham Nation D-Star After Show Net. Do we have anyone else that would like to check in? Please call now.
10780.
K0OJ. WT68. AA0RX.
All right, well, you can tell the show, we got a good round of check-ins there. And there were a number of doubles, so I'll rattle off this list, and we'll see if anyone else wants to add their call sign that didn't make it. But I have KM4WSJ, N7HRO, K0OJ, WT6H, and AA0RX. All right, if I missed anyone or there's additional check-ins, please call now. Alright, I also see that I'm having packet loss into the reflectors. So, again, the list is KM4WSJ, N7HRO, K0OJ, WT6H, and AA0RX. KM4WSJ, did you catch the show tonight? Do you have any comments about anything, fuel day plans, or anything you'd like to share with the net?
Hey, good evening. It's KM4WSJ. Name is Pierre. I'm just east of Jacksonville in Neptune Beach, Florida. And I did catch the show. It was a great one. And I wish I was going to be participating in Field Day. I'll be popping in and out, but this weekend I've got so much to do I can't really commit to it. But I'm starting to look forward to next year. Hopefully I'll be able to put that whole weekend aside next year. But yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you again tonight. And hope you're having a great. Are you going to be going through Field Day this week?
Yeah, I should be doing something with Field Day. My local club is doing stuff, so I might head out there. I've been thinking I should go to the club that I was involved with in college, but like you said, just been too busy to really plan out anything, really, and even whatever I end up doing is probably going to be last minute. Just show up and go, hey, and then leave. So been busy myself, but good to hear from you again, Pierre. Down in Florida, appreciate you being a regular check-in to the net. I will move on to N7HRO.
Yeah, okay, good evening from Hot Springs, South Dakota, where it's at. And I got the 20-meter net going on, too. I'm going to check in with those guys and then go look on 40. Anyhow, yeah, we're going to be working with K0 Hotel Sugar, the Hot Springs Ham Club. I don't know what time we're going to get started, but I know we got a trailer with a tower, and if they need me to, I'll jump start my bucket truck and take it down so we can have a place to hang the wire antennas. Anyway, look forward to working with some of you. Have a great evening. Hope it's not as hot where you're at than it is here. Back she comes, N7HRO Hot Springs. Oh, come on.
There you go. Now you got it. Yeah, like I don't know if you caught it, but it looks like the weather here in Cleveland is shaping up to be quite nice. It's going to be rainy and thunderstormy on Friday, and then it's like clear, partly cloudy, in the 60s, 70s, and then it's going to rain again Monday and Tuesday. But yeah, right now I think we're actually in the 50s, 59 in Cleveland. It's a nice reprieve from the 2 weeks or so of incredibly hot weather that we had. But I enjoy the warm weather, so I'll still get out in it and walk around, things like that at once. So I have no problem with it. But hey, thanks for checking in again from South Dakota there. Appreciate it. Moving on down to Colorado and K0OJ.
Well, by golly, howdy. Happy Field Day, happy summer. Yesterday was the longest day, according to my weather station. Sun came up at 5:37, went down at 8:30. Today, it said 5:38 and 7:30, so 8:30. So, oh well, there you go. Amanda forgot to mention the Pikes Peak Radio Amateur Association Swamp Fest at Monument, Colorado. And she mentioned Allison, KE0NSU. I tested her 2 weeks ago. School teacher brought her and another kid over. The school teacher also went from 0 to general. And the other student made technician, and an older guy came and got his technician, did not want to go any farther. Oh, well. But anyway, that is the deal. So, hi to good old Garlic Mike. Haven't talked to you for a good long time. And wonder if you made up your mind on your getting this Kenwood HT or something else. So, there you go. And also, happy Independence Day coming up, K0OJ.
Yeah, thanks, OJ. And as mentioned on the show, I'm looking forward to the 13 Colonies as usual. That's one of my favorite special event stations to work over the holiday weekend. 13colonies.net, if I remember their website is. I'm sure if you just Google it, 13 Colonies in ham radio, you'll find it there. But yeah, looking forward to that one coming up over the holiday weekend. And we'll, of course, be after Field Day there. So, yeah, very good. And then we got a Ham Fest coming up here in Cleveland. And it's actually indoors and air conditioned and everything like that, but they've been seeing more and more attendance, so I'm not sure what the heck is going on there. To me, an indoor Ham Fest would make a lot of sense, especially since it's been hot. But nonetheless, as you mentioned, we do have Garlic Mike in here, WT6H. Mike, go ahead and take it. You're next from KHATK.
Hey, hello, and thanks for the big welcome there. And just let everybody know that I'm back to work and working again as I got laid off at the beginning of the month there during our special event. But I'm back working again and just really wiped out after a long day at work. Yeah, I didn't catch the show tonight, but been listening to you guys here on 14 Charlie. And definitely hope to head out to the Presidio in Monterey, which is nearby here for Field Day. The XYL here is saying, no. I'm saying, hey, even just for an hour or so. And, of course, Field Day lasts 24 hours. So beautiful place to go to. And they've got some pretty incredible stuff out there at the Presidio in Monterey. So that's what I'm hoping to head out to this weekend. Still very busy here working on the house and in preparation of getting married here. We've got a lot of stuff to go over. So that's what's going on here. Not so hot again today. Actually here in Georgia right now it's about 80 degrees, but we were looking at the triple digits again in the Bay Area here. This is Garlic Mike, WT6H here on 14 Charlie. Hey, thanks guys for getting me into the net here. And hello, OJ. Hey, from Gilroy to Colorado. 7-3, everybody. WT6H, back to you.
Yeah, Mike, great to hear that you're back at work again. I'm sure in some respects you maybe not wishing that you were, but nonetheless, overall, that's always good there, and especially with the wedding and everything coming up there, that you're able to get back employed so quickly. That's pretty awesome, seeing the job market. But yeah, very good, and hope to you might get. One of the, as OJ mentioned with the VE exams, we have a couple that have been coming to ours, and it's like a competition between the two of them. Who can get the highest license and who can get it first kind of thing. So maybe might want to try that with the YL there, XYL, and see how she does that. But yeah, if you're an extra, then it's gotta find another way to do it. Nonetheless, Mike, great to hear you, and thanks for supporting us here and checking in with us on the D-Star Net. Last up on this round, I have AA0RX. Give it one more call just in case I wasn't making it or had lost there. Alpha 0, Romeo X-Ray, AA0RX from KHATK. Well, nothing heard with that station, and we'll continue on with anyone else that would like to check into the Ham Nation D-Star After Show Net. Please call KHATK now.
Kilo Echo 8, Bravo Tango Sierra, Abbott, Ottawa, Ohio.
Hey, good evening, Abbott. I think you checked in with us either last week or a week before, something like that. I think I remember an Ottawa station, but go ahead and take it, KE8 BTS, and let us know what you thought about the show or field day plans or anything else you'd like to share with the net.
Well, good evening, and that's correct. I checked in last week. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch the show this evening. Just got back in and walking right before the net. Checked in on the new drop-in conference and pulled this one up to check in here also. I have to work this weekend, so I will try to make it in and join our club in their field day endeavors. Luckily, my work allows me to be able to be mobile and do that, so I know they are planning away and we'll have a good setup. So hopefully they'll make a lot of contacts and we'll definitely have a lot of fun. But thanks for letting me check in there, sir, and we'll jump back over to you. This is KBTS.
Yeah, absolutely, Abbott. You got it there, and I'm just a couple of minutes away from you anyway on the west side of Cleveland, Ohio, so thanks for another Ohioan showing their support for the net. But yeah, some of the field day sites and clubs will actually work all 24 hours, so even if you work or work strange hours, you know, they may even be at their field day site all 24 hours, so if you show for an hour or so, sign in or whatever, they show your support for the club and that you were there kind of thing. And also, for anyone that isn't sure where any field day locations might be, you'll want to go over to Google and type in ARRL Field Day Locator. Again, ARRL Field Day Locator. And you punch in your zip code there, and it'll bring up any sites around your area there, and you can certainly join them. As if they put a pin on there, they're usually open to visitors and new members and people wishing to join the club, all that kind of stuff. Again, ARRL Field Day Locator for any sites that might be doing field day. All right, looks like we're kind of slowing down, and we're approaching 11 o'clock here and on the East Coast, and we'll take last call for late check-ins, additional check-ins, or anyone that has anything for the good of this net. Please call KH8DK now.
KB0VK?
KE0VK.
Alright, picked up KB0VK. Good to hear you again. Do you have any comments about the show, field day plans, or anything you'd like to share with the net? Go ahead and take it. KB0VK from KGDK.
I always hear every night. I like when the shows are themed. Like tonight is the field day, and we're having ours in town by the street, so everybody can come and see what's going on. So I'm looking forward to field day again this year. Over.
SA0CE.
Alright, yeah, it's always a good time, and like I mentioned, if you're looking for a new club or you're looking to join a club, it's a great time to get out and see who's doing what and see if you kind of click with the club, all that kind of stuff. Again, ARRL Field Day Locator. If you stick that into Google, you'll find where all the published field day sites are. So do that and get out and operate field day and show your support for your club if your club is doing something or a group of friends or whatever. But good to hear you in there again. Thanks for joining us on the net. I did get a quick key from SA0CEZ. Did you want to get in on the Ham Nation D-Star After Show now? try one more time. Sierra Alpha Zero, Charlie Echo Zulu, SA0, CEZ. Did you want to get in with the Ham Nation After Show net? Alright, nothing heard there. One last time, last call for late check-ins, additional check-ins, or anyone that has any announcements for the net. Please call KJTK now. This is the Ham Nation D-Star After Show net.
W88LIV, Andrew, Cleveland, Ohio.
KC5QL, Bill in Ohio.
Alright, well, with these two guys, we're going to wrap it up. No, I'm just kidding. Got Andrew in there, and I got KC at YQL. First of all, we'll throw to Andrew, W88LIV from the DMRnet.
Hey, yeah, good evening, Jeff, and everyone on the Ham Nation D-Star net. Just want to say hello, and if you've got DMR capabilities, feel free to stop by TAC 311. We run the net same time as Jeff, and yeah, look forward to Field Day coming up this week. It's my first time ever helping coordinate and run a Field Day, so we're going to be operating the Lake Erie Amateur Radio Association Club Call, WB8CQR. We're going to be operating the full thing, and hopefully I'll see Jeff there. And we've been teasing each other back and forth, so I'm not surprised that he's throwing me shade over here on 14 Charlie. Probably the first time shade has been thrown on 14 Charlie. So, anyways, look forward to Field Day, and Jeff, look forward to hanging out this weekend. Hopefully I see you. I'm making a big assumption there. So. All right, man. We'll look forward to it, and I'll turn it over to Bill afterwards. This is W8LIV, back to net control.
All right, yeah, Andrew pretty much covered it there. He's coordinating, like I mentioned, our club and our Field Day. He's one of the people that are coordinating it. So WB8CQR is going to be the club call. So if you hear that, you'll probably hear Andrew, myself, or someone like that on the radio. And feel free to say hi. And also he does the DMRnet, and they're probably wrapped up now, but they're usually on Talk Group 311, otherwise known as TAC 311. All right, we'll move on to KCA YQL.
Good evening, Jeff, and all on the Ham Nation net. And you can send a Golden Nugget award over to Andrew there. I think he might have set a record tonight. He just wrapped things up here a couple minutes ago there on TAC 311. And we was really tickled because we had AE5DW check in with us. And man, I'll tell you what, that Don's a man of many talents. He was actually still live, and Alex had him queued up even on the screen. I was watching him checking in on TAC 311 live on Ham Nation. Like I said, a man of many talents. He had to mute his audio so it didn't got over the live stream. So that was very cool. That was that actually made my night tonight. Hey, let me do a reset there, Jeff, and I'll come back with a little more. Okay, our Field Day is going to be held at the Independence State Park Dam in Defiance, Ohio, where we're at usually every year. And I was telling Andrew earlier, we had the privilege of even having the K9 unit look us up with the Sheriff's Department a couple of years ago, and we had a couple of the deputies even make some radio contacts on the air for Field Day. And in the state park, there's a lot of motorcyclers and a lot of muscle cars driving through in and out of the state park dam. So we get a lot of PI involvement there, and getting new people in there and introducing the amateur radio really is what it's all about for us. We look at it as a fun day and not really serious about making contacts, although we do make contacts and log them. Don't take me wrong, but we're in it for more PI and to get the public involvement and try to get new amateurs into the hobby. And our club's growing immensely here. We'll be probably using a club call of Kilowatt 8
Victor Oscar Nancy, KVON. That's our caller for Defiance. And we've been out there quite a few years now. Our EMA director usually comes out sometimes and shows up with us. She comes to about all of our club meetings, and we're getting heavily involved with a lot of public service events, and actually have been quite a while here in Defiance. I guess the main one coming up would be the Hot Air Balloon Festival at the Defiance County Airport. We've been assisting the Sheriff's Department there for about the last 4 years. About a dozen of us turns out for that event. And we got some other events too. The Tunnel to Tunnel commemorative run for the 9/11. We've been doing that for many years too. So we have a lot of fun with ham radio and getting new folks involved is really what it's all about, guys. Because guess what? None of us is getting any younger, including myself. We got 3 new members that's in their 20s just joined our club recently, so I'm very tickled to see that happen. Back to you, Jeff. Thank you guys again for keeping the D-Star Ham Nation net going here. I really appreciate you guys doing what you do. KC8YQL, back to you, sir. Have a great night.
Hi, Bill. Thanks for bringing that information to the net. And like you mentioned, it's always good to get people at your site. And a lot of ideas were thrown around on the show this evening, so if you missed some of them, including getting elected officials, that kind of stuff, all that gets you extra points if you have them show up to your field day and getting the newspaper, TV, anything like that. That also gets you additional points. And I'll put a plug in since I am the coordinator for the Ohio section, that if you send either myself or any of your ARRL officials a message, whether through NTS or if they have WinLink, anything like that, if you send 10 messages, that'll get you 100 points if you send them over RF. And then if you receive your section manager's field day message, you'll get a 100 points there. So some opportunities for additional points. So if anybody just on the net wants to send myself a message to get you one message, feel free to do so. JTK at winlink.org if you have WinLink, or just use MTS to get it to my call sign. So all kinds of good stuff going on at field day, and there's something for everyone. And hopefully you'll get some new people to your site, get them interested in ham radio. All right, last call for late check-ins, additional, or anyone that has any additional comments, please call now.
I'll make one more quickie, Jeff. Sorry.
Well, not hearing anyone else, we'll throw it over to you, Bill, and you'll have the last comment for this evening.
Okay, I forgot to mention, I mentioned this on the DMR net. Usually dump a bunch of frequencies out, and usually I do it around noontime, Saturday during our field day. And I'm always on D-Star. For the last 10 years, I've been sharing some frequencies we're using. And we use the home of the Dayton Ham-Vention reflector, REF 38 Charlie, around noontime Saturday. If anybody wants to coordinate some frequency allocations, I might throw some out there on the Ham-Vention reflector, which again is REF 38 Charlie. Also, we usually throw them out on the X reflector 38A, which is where I'm always monitoring with the Omega reflectors over there, linked up all over the place. And then this year, we're going to stir up the pot even more. We'll go ahead and throw some frequencies out on the Ohio State 3139. And I don't know about 3100. I told Andrew that might stir up a big hornet's nest, but I might be crazy enough to throw some frequencies out on 3100. We'll see how all that goes, Jeff. Back to you, sir, KC8YQL. Everybody have a great evening.
SA0CEZ.
All right, sounds good. Hopefully you'll get some stations logged in there. And with that, we're going to wrap this net up for this evening. I'll mention that the other after show nets that usually go on, mention that Steve and Kevin might even still be out there. 14,272 for 20 meters, that's 14272. 40 meters, 7192, 71902 for the 40 meter net. And Kevin. Echolink Star Drop In Star, node number 355800. And of course, as Andrew was in here, he's on, not tonight, they've wrapped up, but they're usually on Talk Group 311, otherwise known as TAC 311. So if you're able to get in with any of those after show nets, please do so and show your support there as well. I'd like to thank the other net controller that we had in here. That's Alan, BK5 PBZ from Australia. Dave was not able to join us tonight due to some work commitments and probably just decompressing from everything today. But Alan, BK5 PBZ, do you have any comments or anything you'd like to throw up before we wrap up the net here? Yeah, he probably jumped out nonetheless, but also like to thank all the repeaters and owners and operators who allowed their systems to be linked up here for this net. And please make sure you show your support for these closing groups who put up repeaters and have to pay the bills and internet bills and all that kind of stuff. If you're using a closed repeater, please show your support for that organization. Also, thank you to all the owners and operators of 14. That would be the Nevada Amateur Radio Repeaters Incorporated. And if you want to jump over to their website, they're at narri.org. Narri.org. They allow us to hold the net here each week. And finally, thank you to everyone who checked into the net. For checking into the net, you'll be included in the show notes and wiki for this episode of Ham Nation. You can find the wiki, information about this net, Ham Nation, and how to catch any of the replays all over on our website, hamnationdStar.net. Again, hamnationdStar.net. This net is now closed, and K8JTK will return a reflector 14 Charlie back to normal amateur use. Thank you, 73s, and join us again next week. KJTK is clear.